As I was writing the book Another Chance, I was becoming someone who was more aware. I was becoming more present in situations, more observant, more like I wouldn't just have an emotion or a feeling and leave it unattended. I was becoming someone who actually attended every feeling, every emotion. And I have to say that I was becoming more and more closer to God.
You are watching on Becoming with H, your favorite and number one podcast to becoming yourself.
Hello there and welcome to another episode of On Becoming. I'm your host H. This is the podcast where we do not talk about success, but about who we are becoming every day as we work towards that success. Before the title, before the applause, there is that quiet becoming process. And today's guest is a true reflection of that becoming process. She just wrote her debut book called Another Chance. And it's amazing that we have her right here to tell us about that journey of becoming. Rose, welcome to On Becoming.
Thank you so much for having me here, Edge. I really appreciate. And I have to thank that the title of the podcast itself, it explains a lot to us, to me, and to the rest of the world. You know, we all don't just become something by the end of the day. There is a process.
That's
and
true.
I believe this podcast, it will birth a lot because people are coming, they are sharing their processes.
Yes.
They are sharing the behind the scenes. You know, there is social media.
Yes.
So actually people post the kind of lives that they are living right now, but there is a process that they also need to explain. And I really appreciate that this podcast, it has it all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and it's also an honor to have you here. Now I'm really curious about your journey of becoming. Before the book, before the title author, who were you becoming during that season you were writing Another Chance? Like, what are the inner changes that happened in you?
Actually, that's an excellent question. You read the book, right?
Yeah. Yes, I read the book. And I think one of the lessons I think you wanted to show, because you had gone through, was about understanding people and having boundaries in life. Because from the stories that are in the book, there is the betrayal part, the trust issues, rebuilding again. All that, is something that I got from the book.
Yeah, you're actually right. And I have to say that as I was writing the book Another Chance, I was becoming someone who was more aware. I was becoming more present in situations, more observant, more like I wouldn't just have an emotion or a feeling and leave it unattended. I was becoming someone who actually attended every feeling, every emotion. And I have to say that I was becoming more and more closer to God because actually being an observant person, being a person who is aware, being a person who actually sees everything from the environment, you have to make sure that you don't just live your own life, you also live it with God.
Wow. That is powerful, Rose. And, the term Another Chance, it is something that is very intentional. I would like to know, this Another Chance, was it something you were planning to give to someone? Was it something you were asking for personally? Or was it something you were learning to give yourself? Maybe because of a relationship or a situation that you had?
Like, actually, I felt like God had given me another chance. I'd actually received another chance. And to appreciate it, I had to make sure that I gift it to the world. I gift it to you, to the rest of the world, and to generations to come. They actually need it. And I believe someday I'll also need it. So it's not just a book that will live right now and go past, but we'll need it tomorrow, we'll need it forever.
Wow. That is very key, Rose. You know, everything starts as an idea, right? How did it feel like the moment you realized that this idea of another chance should be written? Like, what were the fears like? Yeah, you know, asking yourself, can I really do this? Can I really write a book at this stage?
So actually, like, I had so many writings before. So when I came here, I just felt like I'm someone who has been given the grace to receive a second chance in life. I actually felt like God had given me another chance.
Another chance.
And from the looks of it, I felt like God was compelling me to write another chance. So from there, I didn't have any fears to write the book.
Wow.
I knew right within me that God was backing me up.
Yes.
Of course, there were fears along the journey, but I always knew that I got the backing of my God.
Yes, yeah. Because, you know, the confidence, the boldness we have when you know that God is behind it.
Yeah.
You have that protection, that covering, and you know that everything will just work out perfectly. That is so inspiring. Rose, you mentioned something about fears that came along the journey of becoming. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced while writing this book? Maybe something like procrastination, the urge to give up. Yeah, what are some of the challenges you faced and how did you face them?
So like, as I mentioned it earlier, that I had so many writings before.
Yes.
I was a writer and should I say a ghost writer? I just didn't publish myself. I wanted to hide. Like, I knew that I had something within me. I knew that my writings could actually change someone's lives, but then I just hid them. And as I was writing Another Chance, I just felt like since I actually believe that this book is from God, I don't have to hide it anymore. So I had to overcome that fear. And also some of the challenges that I faced, like, you know, it's a thing that happens to every writer. You sometimes run out of inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
So like, I actually learned that, those dry days, they exist. And as a writer, you just don't have to force things.
Okay.
You just have to make sure that you stand still, you stay calm, and you wait for the chance that you will have that inspiration, and then you write again.
You write again.
Yeah.
Wow. That story is really touching because I've read the book more than twice now.
Wow.
I keep referring back to it because, you know, dealing with different people, even with myself, the times when you say, I want to be this, then you fail yourself or you fail God sometimes. Yeah. Then you start recalling, like asking yourself to give yourself another chance or to give other people another chance, you understand? Now, what this book did to me was how to get a genuine another chance. Many times we inspire ourselves, I know I'm starting again, I'm giving myself another chance. But later on, when those thoughts come back, when the reflections, you know, when the consequences of the past actions come back, we are trapped and we end up not pursuing that another chance. But what this book did to me is it helped me to start to rebuild again in the nice way, in the way that you know that God is with me and this is going to work. And thank you for this book. Thank you. It's a tool. It's a healing tool, actually. It's a powerful book. Rose, I understand you are still at university studying engineering. And here you are also writing a book. These two worlds, they seem not to mix easily. Logic from the engineering side and the emotions that come with writing. Yeah. How did you balance these two? Can we say, was there a side that suffered? And was there a side that you intentionally gave more time to and more attention?
Actually, I believe that balance in life is not 50-50.
Okay.
You just have to make sure that you see your days, you see your schedules, and then you make sure that for each and every plan, you do something. For example, that I set targets, that I made sure that I write every day,
Okay.
be it just a page, be it a chapter, or maybe a few lines. I made sure that I had to write.
Wow.
And of course, there is engineering. And you said it, there is so much logic, so
Yeah,
much formulas.
The exams, you know,
Yeah,
the assignments. Yeah.
Actually, I'll be needing also to attend that one. So I would say that I would make sure that I do balance. But as I said it before, balance is not 50-50. I will just have to see through my schedule and make sure that I make things work through.
So you work with priorities.
Yeah, priorities.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Many people, they would say, no, I'm still at university. I have to focus and get a degree first. Then I will do my side projects. I don't know, or writing a book, singing songs. And later on in life, they will never do that. Because after that, they get married, they have families, or they go to work, to their work that demands a lot of attention. But you have proven that we can do these things simultaneously. And that is through prioritizing. And that is very key. Rose, what would you say to specifically to other women out there? Just a message you there for women.
To women out there, I would just tell them that they have to make sure that they plan their lives. Actually, it's something that I realized recently, that we need to make sure that we plan our days. We don't just live like we are living. And of course, there are those daily planners. I actually encourage everyone, every woman, to make sure that they do have those daily planners. They plan their days. Because actually, as I mentioned it before, that balancing life,
Yeah.
it actually comes out of planning.
Yeah.
So if you plan your days, you won't waste your life. And of course, they have to make sure that each and every day that they live,
Yeah.
they improve their skills. The skill that they had yesterday, it has to be improved. Like
Wow.
today, it has to be better than yesterday.
Yes. As we say every day, like you have to be better
Than yesterday.
Yeah, that is very key. If our listeners could take just one truth from this conversation we had today, what would you want to say to help them become whoever they want to help them bring to manifestation or to realization of whatever idea they carry? Because I believe ideas are God's seeds that He gives to us, that we have to give to the world as a solution. What would you say?
I would like to take something from this book, Another Chance, right?
Another Chance, okay.
So, by definition, someone would say that another chance is a second chance, which is right. Another chance is the gift to realize something that you need again. It could be a relationship, it could be anything. Okay. And it could be maybe wisdom. You might need wisdom again.
Yes.
You might need also to step out of a limitation. And that's right.
Yes.
So to people, to the world, to our listeners right now, I'd like to say that be eager to search, to realize your second chances. And to make sure that you utilize them with great wisdom and resilience. After all, grace is for us all. But it's your only option to make sure that you choose growth.
Powerful. Rose, this book has been really impactful in my life. And I would also want the listeners listening to us right now to have access to this book. How can they get that access?
Oh, thank you. So for those in India, even those outside of India, you can get it on Amazon and also on Flipkart. or you can use the contact details on the screen.
You have heard it yourself, guys. Get this book now, and you come back with a true testimony of what true another chance means. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep becoming.